most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
This video is a part of a series of videos on plantar fasciitis. Go to bobandbrad.com for the entire series and you'll have enlightenment. Today we're going to talk about types of shoes you should wear with plantar fasciitis. Basically, with plantar fascia, remember the plantar fascia helps form the arch of your foot.
Right.
And generally you're going to want to have a shoe with good arch support. So you may be, even if you're not a runner, or even if you haven't been a walker, you may want to get a shoe that is a walking shoe or a running shoe.
Sure,
because they have great arch supports in a lot of these.
Now, that doesn't mean that you should have a high arch. If you're a flat-footed person, you're not going to get a high arch and force it. So you need support that matches your foot.
Right. And so we're going to show you a test right now that you can do to help determine kind of what foot you have. So basically, you can take a bag, a paper bag, or you could take a vanilla folder or vanilla envelope here.
Right. A lot of times, like a grocery bag, one of those brown bags you get at the grocery store, work really
well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my foot in some water here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of the envelope, and then I'm going to put some weight on it. And after it's all said and done, you can actually see the imprint. Now mine's really crude. Brad did a lot better job on his, but this is my arch, and you can see my arch is so high it doesn't even connect on the outside of the foot even at some point. The arch is, I mean, I really do have a high arch.
So this is his heel. His toes are up here, and that connect. That's put your foot up there once, Bob.
Up where?
Right up so they can see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
this section right here doesn't even contact very much.
I've got such a high arch.
Right.
And you've got about a medium.
Right. So you
got about a normal arch.
I've got much more contact to the paper here. And if you got a flat foot, you're going to have a wet spot, and it's going to look like.
Yeah, that spot's going to get the arch is going to get filled in if you have a flat foot. It's going to be wet all the way through here.
Yep. And then you're definitely flat-footed if it fills all the way across like that.
So Brad, if you will show ours compared to yours.
Right.
So I do have more of an arch than Brad does. Now this means I have a rigid foot. This is not necessarily good. But it's going to determine what kind of shoe I want to wear.
Yeah.
And he has a normal arch. Now with a flat foot, you actually have more of a flexible foot. There may be some laxity in the ligaments there.
Right.
And it absorbs stress better to some extent.
Right.
Because it spreads the forces out. But sometimes too much, right.
So you can see, I can get this marker way under Bob's arch, and mine, I can just get it in. And if someone was flat foot, you wouldn't even be able to get your little finger in there.
Right. So let's go over some of the types of shoes, Brad. The problem with shoes is there's not a standardization among the shoes, is there, Brad? I mean,
right. Well, there's motion control, stability, and then cushion shoes is kind of there, but to get to detail, with the exception of this store that we went here, we went to Rogan's, they have 31 stores in the Midwest, and they're actually developing their own system across the brands, but
from 1 to 5.
Right. But it's not worldwide or in the United States a standard, so you have to learn how to do this.
So this is just a generality here. Okay, now if you have a rigid foot like I do with a high arch, you're generally going to go with what we call a cushioned shoe. Now, a cushioned shoe, it actually has, just what it says. It's very cushioned.
Right, soft.
One test you can do on a cushioned shoe, you can often take it. Now, this one's not a complete cushioned shoe, but it's a pretty good one.
Right.
You can grab the heel and the forefoot, and you can actually twist it and wring it almost like a rag.
Right.
The other test you can do is you grab the heel and the forefoot, and you bend like this, and it actually bends right in the arch.
Right.
So there's not a lot of support here. It's just a lot of cushioning.
Right.
So go to the second shoe in the list here. This is the one I actually do wear. This one's for someone who would have either a normal arch or maybe a little bit of a pronator. for whatever reason, it works for me. I mean, I probably should go with more of a cushion shoe. Now with this one, it actually does have a plastic portion in here that maintains the arch. If I push on here like this, you can see it doesn't bend in the arch at all.
Right, so it's stable right here.
It's stable here on both sides. They actually even have a little plastic there too.
But it does get forgiving and flexes in the forefoot.
Right.
Which you'll see on the motion control is not the case.
Right. And you can't twist this one. I mean, it just isn't going to happen. You can take your fingers and you can point it, push in here. It's a little bit softer here, but it's hard plastic there.
Right.
All right. Now we're going to the motion control. Now this is a heavier shoe. First off, it's kind of like a Herman Munster shoe here.
Yeah.
But if I try to bend this, I mean, I can hardly bend this at all. It's very stiff.
Right.
This is for, a severe pronator, I would say.
In other words, if you're really flat-footed and things are starting to collapse in, when you put weight on and this falls in your ankle bone here is starting to drift towards the floor, you want some good support there so you don't have severe problems down the road.
Right. So again, you can feel this is really tough material in here. And with all these, you're going to want to, it should feel good right away when the shoe, it shouldn't have to break into it. I mean, you want to be able to find a shoe that it feels good the day you put it on.
Right.
So, and just because you are a severe pronator doesn't mean you're going to need motion control.
Right.
I mean, you might get by with the stability. You got to experiment around with it.
Right. But at least and there are some salespeople that really know their shoes and some that don't.
Right. So, I mean, the idea is, the point of this whole video is we want to show you there are different shoes.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you try different ones to see which one works best for you.
So plan on trying a number of shoes on.
Yep.
And actually get up and walk
around in the
Don't just
store.
try them on and stand on them. You need to walk.
I even run in the store if you're a runner. I
can just see from back and forth.
I think some places have treadmills, don't they?
Well, there was one in La Crosse, and then they went out of business for some reason.
Oh,
but I always say that you should have a treadmill in here, and they never put one in at the store I go to.
All right, go ahead and keep watching this program, this series of programs, because these series of videos, I should say, because it'll give you the answers to all your needs for plantar fasciitis.
You better believe it.
Thanks for watching.
Enjoy.